So I'm in Orlando now. I'm just walking around the lake. Oh my god, is that a real swan? Look, there's a real swan and then a fake one. So Orlando doesn't really have like beaches because it's a little bit more inland, but they do have a fuck ton of lakes, like this one is Lake Eola. My Airbnb is like right around the corner. I didn't know, but they actually also have like oases, these natural springs that are like beautiful and blue and green. Like they are so gorgeous. I looked up pictures, and of course the pictures look way better than in person, but it was still really beautiful in person. And I wasn't planning on like spring hopping, I guess, but I was just disappointed after the first one and the second one, so I just kept going, and I just kept driving to the next nearest spring. I ended up being like almost 2 hours away from the city. They're in the Ocala National Forest. I pretty much just scoped out all the ones that were close by enough, and I went to every single one. So I'll show you guys my little spring hopping tour. So this is Wakayama Springs Park, and it's supposed to be a sort of natural spring. I think it's natural. I was told that it was a natural spring. And you can go swimming in it, so I already hear that there's a bunch of kids and families. It was only like $4 to get in. Yeah, there's a fuck ton of people. I'm gonna have to like find somewhere with no people. So it looks like there's only one like swimming area, like safe swimming area. The other pools are for like kayaking and canoeing. It said no swimming, so. But I'm just walking down this boardwalk and seeing what else is around. I don't know.
Yeah, there was entirely too many people, and I did find a quiet little area where there was less people, but it was a little bit deeper, and my short ass couldn't stand. So here's just like this funny video of me not knowing how deep it is, and then you just see my hands.
So Wakayama Springs was like way too busy. There's too many people, and I don't have an inner tube, and like it was too deep. So I couldn't just like comfortably stand. So I drove an hour to Juniper Springs, and it's like in the middle of the Ocala forest. So I am now just looking for the pool. The lady at the station said it wasn't busy, so I was like, yes, less people please. I literally drove an hour to be away from people, so I'm really hoping, first of all, I'm going the right way, and second, that there's not a lot of people and I could just chill by myself.
Your dead skin, it will fall off, and it releases euphoria in your brain. It's like taking a cold shower. It makes you happy.
This one was a little bit smaller, and it was a little bit more dirty, and they have these little fishies that would like eat your dead skin off, which was actually good but kind of annoying.
Okay, there's more people than my liking, but it's less people than in Wakayama. So I'm gonna check the map and see if there's like other pools. I was once again disappointed by the amount of people at the springs. So I drove 20 minutes to another spring, and this one is called Silver Glen. It seems to be really popular. There's actually a whole line of cars, and I had to wait to get inside. So there's probably going to be more people here, but I'm still going to check it out because I paid to be here, so I have to.
Even though this was more busy, when I came back and went snorkeling here, it was amazing. And there's no reception here, but that's what I liked. Now I was like, yo, I'm in too deep. I'm gonna go to another one. And I went even further to Salt Springs. And this one is probably one of my favorites for sure. It was definitely less people, and there was like no reception whatsoever. And it was really big, and a lot of when I did go back and go snorkeling, there were a lot of fish. And yes, just swimming around here was like really nice, and you can see where all the boats are on the other side. It was just a really nice, peaceful vibe over here, like a lot less people and less kids, but there were still a lot.
I'm in Blue Springs today. They have like tube rentals and like a restaurant and food. Supposedly you can see manatees here, but usually like it's more like during the winter. So I don't know if I'll see any, but. So I went and checked it out, and it's like, I have my noodle. It's a little deeper than my height. It's probably like 5 feet. I'm 5'1", so yeah, but I couldn't stand. So I had my noodle. No one else has a noodle. Everyone has inner tubes, and it's kind of like a river, so there's like a current. So I was like trying to swim like against it with my noodle, which is not going very well. So I'm gonna go rent a tube.
This one was a lot of fun. There was spotty reception, pretty much no reception. Um, I did find more shallow parts as I went down the river in my inner tube, and I was able to like walk around and like snorkel a little bit more. And yeah, this one was really just peaceful, lazy vibes, just chilling in an inner tube and riding it all the way down. So it's a little bit different vibe than the other ones.
I'm a shark.
This is Alexander Springs, and it's really, really good for snorkeling. Lots of amazing fish, and there's actually a cave underneath that you can see too. So there was another spring that I went to that I didn't even bother taking a video or anything because it was so, it wasn't trash. Like I swam around, I had a good time just swimming around, but it was like a concreted off pool, and it was just not worth it at all. I think that one was De Leon Springs, and yeah, it's nice if you just want to like swim. There's not that much to see snorkeling. The water is really, really murky, and you can't really see anything. So yeah, that one I didn't even bother. I was like, but then I spent money to park there, so I was like, I gotta make some use of my time here. I have a short review and the last spring that I went to in another video because I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah, that was like all the springs I went to. I've got to say my favorite was Salt Springs because it was so secluded, and I mean there's still like a fuck ton of people and kids and stuff, but I really liked the location and how far away it was. And second would probably be Silver Glen because it was just a vibe there. Like I mean, yeah, that one was really busy, but it was very beautiful, and there's still so many other springs I haven't experienced yet, so I definitely got to go to all the other ones one day. Third would probably be Alexander Springs. It's good for snorkeling. Yeah, like that's about it. Like the whole area isn't like anything too crazy. Blue Springs was really fun. It is like a river, so you had to like get out and then get back in and then get out and get back in, but it was still like nice. Juniper Springs was like cute and small, but I don't know. It was pretty, but it just didn't really do it for me. It was a little bit too small, and then there was too many people for it being too small. So I just like didn't really enjoy that one as much. And then Wakayama Springs was just not even remotely worth it for me. It was way too many people. And yeah, that was like not a vibe, but yeah. But yeah, that was my short spring hopping experience, and I hope to do some more. And yeah.